The cheap way to do it, and at -6, no problem at all. Plenty of entertainment laid on in the city as well. Now, a big shoot for Oestersund. If he wants a top 10, he needs all 5. The Olympic mass start champion. That's good shooting.
Good comeback to turn that around and doing his end result a whole lot of good. Now, Anev is a fantastic shot. In fact, second best in the world last year in the men's field.
Svensson about to settle. Remember, he missed 2 in the standing position, so he can ill afford a mistake this time round. Back in the prone position for Svensson as we watch Anev make it 15 out of 15. Only 21st in this race last year. With another 5 targets going down, that could be an improvement.
And Espen Andersen looking on much happier. Well, again, the prone is good. It was the stand that's cost him 2 minutes already.
Nicky Lofgren, of course, had that role last year with the Norwegian team. Mike, how much difference is going to make having a change of coach in the team?
It does make a difference, and Nicky Lofgren, I think, did so much good for the Norwegian team, and he allowed an awful lot of freedom. Maybe Espen Andersen has brought them, in terms of their shooting performances, a little bit more asked from them.
From Ukraine, Sednev, number 24. And that's just the sight that his coach will like. 0-0-0, 31 seconds outside the best. But if he gets another 5 out of 5 on the last shoot, he'll certainly find himself with a fine finish to start the season off. Andy Bernbacher yet to make a mistake. Might be able to pick out the fall of shot. Pretty much central with that first one.
I love that he's brave enough to stick to his everyday routine. That was top left, but he got it.
Just gradually getting higher and higher and further left. And eventually he catches himself out. The 5th shot, perhaps that fraction of a second too quick.
It's strange. Now, I did notice him coming into the range. He was really throwing his arms around to try and get blood to his fingers. The gloves he's wearing, they're not the warmest.
Alexei Berf still the fastest after the second shoot. He started number 38, so should be some 5 minutes behind Arndt Pfeiffer. Not a good day really for Tim Burke. He would have expected at least 18 hits out of 20 today. If he can finish it off with 5, I think he might take some positives out of this event. That's what the Americans are always good at doing, isn't it, Mike? Even when it goes horrendously wrong, they find something good to say about it.
Well, they will analyse the ski speed, missing 3 so far. And Tim can turn this around. And 3 out of 20 would be great. It is.
Hardest shoot of the day, and he gets 5 out of 5. World Cup points possibly for Tim Burke. That would be certainly a positive start to the season for him. 72, whirling his arms around, trying to force the blood down into the extremities, get it into the ends of the fingers. That was Jean-Guillaume Betrix. As we watch Clement Bauer on his final shoot. It's the stand that he's found so difficult, but certainly improvements last year. Just having a look at his left hand, Mike, seemed to be a slight design change on
yes, he seems to have moulded it so that it fits into the palm of his hand as Bergman misses. Is that 2? It is.
It's 2 on the last shoot. So from a potential top 3, Bergman is now going to be struggling to make the top 15. Have a look at the time. Oestersund is out in 42.52. Bergman's going to be, he's almost a minute behind that. And a disaster. The Swedes were leading. They had 1 and 2 with Ferry and Bergman early on. and now Bergman has thrown away his chance.
This will annoy Bergman, Patrick. So experienced, he's 34-year-old, he's achieved a lot of his aims in this sport, but he knows that he's more experienced than to miss 2 on his last spat stand, especially missing only 1 out of the first 15. Now Moravec, this is he's never been in this situation before in a 20.
Now,
and the on-site commentator saying this is the moment of truth, and he speaks great English, does Moravec.
I think that's Kjell-Erik Christiansen on the mic in the stadium at the moment. Slow it down. He shot as if it was a sprint, and there was absolutely no need whatsoever to do that.
It's good though, 18 out of 20. Again, he'll have to be looking at the positives, but if Moravec knows that he can get those 20, calm it down a little bit, I think, and he would have got them.
Well, here is one man who can certainly win with 1 miss. And he's already had that miss. So, Martin Fourcade looking for at least 4 out of 5 to have a chance, 5 out of 5 to have a very good chance of taking the win. It looks solid. Slight delay. Well, good recovery. He knows how important that was. That is the hardest shot in the game, and he has cleared the target. 42.52 set by Oestersund is going to be absolutely slaughtered. We have a new race leader, and Martin Fourcade, last year's champion, 1 minute 11 seconds inside the rest, and he'll probably extend that to 1:20 by the time he crosses the line.
He is absolutely amazing, and Siegfried Matzet, when he noted down the fall of the shot, I think he knows in his mind this is a victory for Fourcade.
Now, can anyone else touch him, Mike? If we go back to the standings after the 3rd shoot, we might get an indication of who can get close. Krasimir Anev, of course.
And of course his teammate Booth is well inside the time at the moment. Coming in for his second prone. He's having a good look around him.
Well, Anev, I think, has to shoot clear. He doesn't have a choice now if he wants to beat Martin Fourcade.
Booth has missed the first. Oh, and the third. Sorry, the second. Well, did he tense up for those first 2 shots? He certainly relaxed for the final 3.
This will get a big cheer if it goes down, and a big groan if it doesn't. What a shame. Bjorn Ferry so close. 3 misses, so 17 hits out of 20, and his challenge evaporates with that 1 mistake on the last shoot, and leaves Martin Fourcade looking very, very pretty at the top of the table at the moment. 41.41 his time out of the range. Another 4 kilometres to ski. Now, generally, they say 3 minutes per kilometre, but the way these guys are going, we're looking at about 2 minutes 20 per kilometre.
They're certainly motoring on the tracks.
So there you see the standings after shoot number 3. Moravec has gone and missed on the last shoot, so he's no longer a threat to Martin Fourcade. Krasimir Anev is due into the range any moment now, and at the moment he looks as though he's the only one that can challenge the Frenchman. Anton Shipulin. Ustigoff turns it up in the finish. I guess he will have heard that many of the big names have missed, so he'll know that 18 hits out of 20 is still a good result today. 51.46 the time, 2 minutes inside Mikael Schlesinger, and Schlesinger not having the best of days. Czech having 3 misses today. Simon Schemp on his charge to the finish. He's not going to challenge. He might just pip Schlesinger, but I don't think he's even going to manage that because he's still got another 50 metres or so to go.
And missing 3, if you're not up there in the top ski pace, you really have to be looking at 19, certainly 18 hits.
Well, the early starters have already finished their 20-kilometre challenge. Those drawn in group number 4 are still starting.
This is, sorry, but this is Anev now coming in for his stand. He's only 11 seconds behind Morovitz's time coming into the stand shoot, and he's 11 seconds behind Martin Fourcade.
And Morovitz, we know, missed. Martin Fourcade, we know, went clear and fast.
Sorry, he's on level timing with Fourcade. Look at the weight on the end of the rifle to get maximum stability in the stand.
So realistically, we're looking at a top 3 finish if all 5 go down. Malishko. Good shooting. Oh, number 20 has gone wide, and his chance of matching Fourcade gone. I think that had gone anyway. Svensson, fast, rapid, and clear. Good finish to his race. Now he's got to turn on the turbos to try and challenge the likes of Martin Fourcade, but I think he might be pressed with that. Let's have a look at the time. 42.26, he's 45 seconds outside. He will not catch the Frenchman in the last 4 kilometres. But still, it's going to be a promising start, and a better start to the season than last year, where he missed 4 and finished outside the top 20.
Yes, he had a poor start to his season last year. He just looked so good for me. He looks so good on his skis now. In the relay, the mixed relay on Sunday, everything about Svensson is that he wants to beat Martin Fourcade this year overall.
One thing about having this race at the beginning of the season, Mike, the 20-kilometre, the toughest of all, it has generally meant that the big names win, as we mentioned. Fourcade, of course, won last year. Svensson won in 2010. Svensson won in 2009. Mickey Grice won in 2008. Fischer was one who always won the early race. Bjorndalens won the early race. All the big names have been there.
They have. They absolutely have. I thought Bernbacher had a chance today, but he's missed 2 out of 5 on the last standing. So many athletes missing 3 today. And, well, the conditions have been a little difficult, with the wind being strong from the left initially, but shooting in this poor light, or this unnatural, the floodlight, doesn't make it any easier.
Well, he was 1 minute 10 clear of the nearest rival, so Fourcade maybe cruising into the finish. 51.51 for Tim Burke, and the American, not his best ever race, but a promising start. We'll see if he manages to stay in the World Cup points.
It's Lee Jackson just gone down this, well, for Bergman it's the final descent. Just try and get some info on Lee Jackson. He's had a great summer's training up in Norway.
Karl-Johan Bergman started so well at the halfway stage. He was looked as though he was in control of this race, but 3 misses in the last 10 shots will have cost him dearly. 51.46 from Ustigov is too good. He's into 2nd place at the moment, but at least 2 men are going to go inside that. So I think Bergman will find himself outside the top 3. And as you say, Mike, he'll be a bit frustrated with those 3 misses. He looks so relaxed early on.
He certainly will be, but I think he'll take a lot of positives from his ski speed, Bergman. It's brilliant.
Now, there is a potential challenge to Martin Fourcade here. Landertinger has to get 5. And then he's got to ski some. Well, he's completed the hardest part of the job. Now he's going to have 5 or 6 seconds to make up on Fourcade, and Fourcade is not pushing the pace on the last loop at the moment, but he might get news that the Austrian is hot on his tail. Away they go. Number 31 is the man to watch, Dominic